Da, da, da. Tunaona game here.
Yeah, my behavior score is like 8k, so I mean,
Why is your behavior score 8k?
I had like 5 abandons in a row a while back.
Hey, such.
Magitsengo in the game. Yeah, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abandons. Yeah, my behavior score is like 8k, so I mean,
Why is your behavior score 8k?
I had like 5 abandons in a row. Oh, such a EU a while back.
Yeah, kana shida. Hey, such.
Magitsengo in the game. Yeah, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abandons. Yeah, my behavior score is like 8k, so I mean,
Why is your behavior score 8k?
that's who stream.
Yeah, why?
Fun.
You enjoy dancing with mommy. Yeah, so I enjoy looking. I enjoy dancing with you too.
So behind me right now is the 42-inch 2024 LG C4, and guys, I'm really hyped for this review because apparently not only is it
What
supposed to
sci-fi
be
series can I
significantly
watch?
bright.
Any recommendations?
Sci-fi?
Mm.
I'm not watching much series. You can go and
Go watch. What are the good isekai anime I can watch?
I'm not even watching anything. You can go and watch Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. Is that a series or anime?
The series. You haven't watched any Black Mirror at all.
I have no idea what that is.
Have you watched Love, Death and Robots?
Yes, I've seen a bit of it.
Why did you finish Love, Death and Robots? It's so good.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, go finish it. Each episode is different. They're not even related.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the same concept with Black Mirror, except it's not animation, it's like real thing. They start and finish the story with each episode.
wait, I continue my episode. Black Mirror.
No, every episode is independent. But why is
That's
my...
weird.
What do you mean that's weird? It's just a different type of show.
The further continuity.
You need to open your mind to other things.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just not someone you really 5 seconds.
And a safe lane. When I mean,
Okay,
okay.
no, I can come.
No, go mint. The guy, let me play carry, go mint. Let me play Terra Blood. I'm new to Dota. This is tier bond? Yeah. What weird things are happening in Dota these days?
I don't even know. I haven't played Dota much.
So much.
Hey, Invoker is banned.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Why is my in-game volume so long?
What is this? A game of some sort?
Yeah, I need to get a new monitor.
Very well.
Oh, is this EU?
Yes.
Oh my word, I shouldn't have played Pack. Oh my
Commendable
god.
notion.
Park is not an EU era. I should have played support.
It's in the bag. My move.
30 seconds to battle.
Wow, insane.
Just so.
Eh, Shakwana snipe.
Indeed.
Okay, Jinx, battle's starting.
What? I didn't buy anything. Is this a turbo?
Yes, it's a turbo.
To this odd configuration of activity.
I'm doing my Korea Mazunzo.
I
Absolutely.
don't remember how to play Dora. Bad rider mid.
Exactly so.
Okay, I should probably get.
I go at will.
There are 2 people mid.
Fair game.
Dota things, what do you expect?
With alacrity.
No, this is your strength thing. Is doing the 8,000 behavior square.
A metamorphosis. I venture forth. We are in accord.
Wow, they are actually
Commendable
staying here.
notion. A welcome transformation. Absolutely. After them. Indeed.
And I got the order.
Just so. We are in accord.
First blood. Thanks and have fun.
Exactly so. I venture forth. With alacrity. Very well.
It's nature's probably TP to get killed. Wow.
I go at will. Silence.
That rider is feeding.
My move. Elevation. May you ride on nether zephyrs. I proceed. My move. Exactly so.
Wait, Indiana I'm new to Dota.
Stay.
Was it Bad
Nice.
Rider?
Sniper.
Oh.
I raise my game.
Because she.
Absolutely. Commendable notion. I venture forth. In pursuit. With alacrity. Less larva, more nymph. We are in accord. Just so.
Killing's dominating, I guess. Double kill.
Indeed.
Shalom.
Very well. The round. Out of season. Huh? I proceed.
Can't get.
Commendable notion.
Rutamban.
Let's shake.
With alacrity.
Sven are with me.
Huh? I proceed. Indeed. My move. Very well. Just so. Here I am. I go at will.
Killing spree.
I'll love to see you in the spring.
Nice.
Absolutely. We are in accord. Exactly so. Don't run. I venture forth.
Sven agro kara bit. Ai.
Just so. Destroy. Very well.
Hello, this is Gabe Newell. Thanks for playing Dota 2. Double kill.
Exactly so. I venture forth. Absolutely. So, what are your feelings about commendable notion? My move.
Your top tower is under attack.
Indeed. We are
Mega kill. Dominating performance.
I proceed.
Oh.
I
And
venture
then-
forth.
I don't know
We
why
are
you have
in
to kill me.
accord. Strength out of season. Just so. Very well. I go at will. Absolutely. With alacrity. Greetings! Done! Commendable notion.
Defend your top tower.
Indeed. My move.
Pô, deixaria gostar
I
não.
proceed.
Kakadistan! Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Hey, take a
Very
look at your
well.
bottom tower.
Commendable notion. We are in accord. I go at will.
Joga uma.
Alacrity. Just so. My move. Done. They shall regret this.
They're unstoppable.
What ingratitude.
Why is it puzzle?
No idea.
I didn't know you could call a timeout for more.
Exactly so.
Ah. Iya ya, dapat gua
I
dia.
proceed. Mine, yes?
Does the prophet know he can hit other things, not the things I'm hitting?
They shall
The enemy's
regret
bottom
this.
tower just got condemned.
Attack!
Legion and shadow
We are
play.
in
Careful.
accord.
I need a Lincolns in this game, definitely.
Commendable notion. My move.
Your top tower is under attack. You know, this
Killing spree.
I am under attack.
Monster kill.
You took that jape too far.
Nice.
defend your top tower.
I go at will.
Oh my word.
Absolutely.
Towers crumble, empires fall, and a sucker's
We
born.
are in accord. My move. Experience. Just so.
He didn't get the damage.
Metamorphosis. Indeed. Fair game. I venture forth. Very well.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Carry no longer.
Your middle tower
With
now.
alacrity. I proceed. Less larva, more milk. Commendable notion. For me. Just so. My move. I venture forth. A prize. Very well. I proceed.
Yeah, Lincolns. Parallel Lincolns.
Exactly so. Not yet. Lincoln sphere. I go at will. Absolutely. Not yet.
Not even.
Indeed. Commendable notion.
Ah, j'attaque quoi.
Hope you protect your base more faithfully than I do.
And behold! Very well. We are in accord. I proceed. My move.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I go at will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Killing spree.
Yeah.
Baru orang koma.
Food.
With a I raise my game. Indeed. Silence. For me, they deserve no less. The enemy's top tower is fallen. My move. I proceed. Very well. I go at will.
Hey! Pandi winga.
Please so.
And anything to break a link into them.
Just so. With a
Okay.
we are in accord. I venture forth. Strength out of season.
A dominating performance. Mega kill. Double kill.
Ko Prophet atadza kubuda. Ndaka. Ko Prophet atadza kubuda out of range. Ari kuita sei ko?
Double kill.
Maybe I bring that. Interesting.
Your top tower is under attack.
Apa kana draw
Just
fit.
lost top tower.
Brighter, but also we're finally moving to 144 Hz, which should make this a much better option as a PC monitor than it has been in the past. But the question remains, is it really that much better, or because it's still not using a new MLA panel that we see in the G series, is it going to fall short of our expectations? Well, let's go ahead and find out. In terms of the specs, this is a 42-inch 4K 144 Hz WOLED.
I am done contemplating imponderables. This is just don't run.
Get out there and raise hell.
We are in accord. Indeed.
Mo ne religion.
Silence around.
Wow, I don't understand when my grip.
Mm.
Dominating.
Okay.
For my time.
Ruby got him base made. Fanya phase shift. Ha, kada ile phase shift kuda da je garba one.
OLED display with G-Sync and FreeSync compatibility, and in terms of the overall design, as always, the front of it looks absolutely excellent, very premium and minimalist looking with almost no visible bezels, making it
Absolutely.
And here's a fortification from Radiant. Defend your middle tower.
What is that? We are in accord. I go at will.
You know that all-important middle
My
tower of
move.
yours?
Very well.
Are gero.
I perceive.
Your bottom tower is
Exactly so.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Indeed. How fitting. Just so. Commendable notion.
Oh my word. Okay.
Double kill.
Defend your bottom tower. Bottom tower is worthless now.
a perfect option for any desk or wall mounting application. Speaking of wall mounting, while it does come with a stand, it doesn't move in any direction, so you might want to mount it with a TV mount, which it is compatible with. However, if you want to use a standard monitor arm, you will need to adapt it. So I'll try and throw an Amazon affiliate link to an adapter in the description below as well. Now, in terms of the ports, pause if you need to, but the most important thing is that it does come with 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, meaning no black screens and no weirdness with NVIDIA cards, as that does give it enough bandwidth to avoid display stream compression. Now,
Rashawn's down. Nair did the deed.
Another
You're getting something out of us.
He survived.
absolutely. Commendable notion. Silence. Haste. I go at will. I am under attack. My move. Silence.
Ah, guys, sawa pakopi. Ah, zvisikutambi. Ah, uriwege koko. Of course.
In terms of the price and the warranty, it comes in
That
at a
Legion is
pretty
so
steep
fat.
$1,500 and has a 1-year warranty. So yeah, the price is pretty high, but the specs do look really good, especially considering this has by far the best glossy coating on the market. We'll talk about that later, but overall, yeah, it's looking really good. The question is it worth that $1,500, or are they asking way too much? And the pressure from the 32-inch OLEDs will overtake it. Well, let's go ahead and find out first by talking about the color. And I will tell you, my first impressions are in SDR, it looks absolutely amazing. And my experience with LG is with just a little bit of adjustments, you can get very accurate colors out of their displays, making them, at least for me, a great option.
Fresh from Death's Chrysalis. Very well. The other stains, doesn't
Ah,
Double kill.
GG.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Generally, the other way around. Tower was an important one.
Radiant structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack.
Sniper archer are not gonna damage.
Middle barracks under attack. Your middle barracks has fallen. Analytics, right? Middle barracks are just a memory now. Defend your middle tower. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. I guess it wasn't. Defend the ancient.
Killing spree.
Ah, na save tough.
Your ancient is under attack. Defend your ancient. Die trying.
Shaindwa.
Start plotting. We have revenge to get up.
Ah, GG.
Oh my god. What a tragedy.
Hang on.
No, why was the Legion fed so much? Such a
Angastamba, he was against a sniper who's new, so what do you expect? Right.
I'm doing
Second.
South Africa.
Alright.
Vulnerable.
Hopefully we can find a match
For
now.
editing my videos, but at times at really high brightness the color luminance will fall short of quantum.oled in HDR. Now in terms of the accuracy for SDR, it is pretty good in the sRGB mode. However, it is definitely off in terms of the white point. So I was able to fix that as well as the RGB balance significantly. And by the way, I will have all the best settings for this display as well as any other displays that I review linked in my Patreon in the description below. I highly recommend it for this display, and it also gets you access to the Discord and helps support future reviews. But moving on to HDR, it is a bit of a mess out of the box, but thankfully I was able to correct it once again. It will slightly over brighten some stuff and it just won't look quite right. Now moving on to the color volume, In SDR, it is pretty decent. We're getting around 91% DCI-P3, but in HDR, like I mentioned, WOLED in my testing appears to not do so well at these higher brightness levels. I'm not sure if it's because of the white subpixel or what's going on here, but only 70% does definitely put it far short of Quantum.OLED. But now let's go ahead and talk about the brightness because, well, this might just be the most important aspect of an OLED today. And I'll tell you, my first impressions right away are it definitely seems much brighter than last year's model, especially in game mode, as filmmaker mode does appear to be maybe a little bit better when it comes to the color luminance, but the game mode with HGIG actually seems to be slightly brighter on some highlights. At least that's what I was noticing on my desktop. So great to see that it's definitely getting brighter and better in terms of the colors. Now, in terms of the actual window brightness that I measured, here you can see that while it does fall short in the 100% window, which would be important for, say, looking at spreadsheets or other very bright full screen applications, when compared to, say, the 32-inch Quantum.OLEDs or even the OLED TVs, well, actually in the 10% window, which is very pertinent in terms of what you can expect to see out of HDR games, it actually far surpasses the 32-inch OLEDs. Now, it does still get crushed by the 55-inch TVs, but hey, what do you expect? Now, let's talk about an actual game. Here, Baldur's Gate 3, we can see that actually, surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, it's significantly brighter than the 32-inch Quantum.OLEDs. So yeah, it might not look super impressive on paper, but when you actually fire up a game, this thing can definitely hold its own, only once again getting crushed by the most expensive, most modern 55-inch OLED TVs, such as the G4 and a modified S90C. Now, in terms of the actual latency, is this good for online competitive gaming? I would say yes. Technically, it is slower than, say, the 240Hz 32-inch OLEDs or even some 144Hz LCDs, but we're talking about a very, very small amount here, guys, and I would have no issue online gaming with this thing, and I'd only look at 240Hz if I was really getting into competitive gaming. Now, in terms of the motion performance, here you can see that once again, OLED is showing its strengths here. OLED is so fast with those near instantaneous response times, and at 144 Hz, you can see that the 42-inch LG C4 is absolutely destroying the 144Hz mini LED TV. Now, once again, the 240Hz OLEDs are going to be even a further step up, but regardless, this is very good motion performance. Now, in terms of the text clarity and subpixel layout, this does appear to be a blue-green, red-white subpixel layout, as it has been for some time, and I will say that this is definitely going to be very subjective, but overall, I do think that the clarity is better than Quantum.OLED. It seems like there's just generally less fringing, and most text against a white background looks nearly perfect. But against other darker colors, fringing can be just as bad or even at times worse than Quantum.OLED. So I think this is going to be highly dependent on what you do, but for me, I think it is a bit more clear. But now let's go ahead and talk about the finish, because this is the best finish, not only in the market today, but possibly that's ever been created. Not only do you get a glossy coating, which allows for the best color vibrancy and contrast perceivably, but also there's none of that disgusting oily matte grain. It is just so crystal clear, something that you cannot get on a matte display. But to make it even better, not only is it a beautiful glossy display, it does not suffer from the raised black issues that we see on Quantum.OLED, meaning that you can put this in a room with the lights on and still get those pure black. So I think this is going to be a huge deciding factor for a lot of people who want the superior clarity of a glossy coating, but don't want to have the magenta looking tint on the Quantum.OLEDs if you can't control your lighting. But what about the viewing angles and the uniformity? And here's where it does start to fall apart a little bit, guys. Unfortunately, because this is not using the latest MLA tech from LG, it still suffers from what I would call bad viewing angles. Now, of course, they're nowhere near as bad as LCD or mini LED. It's a huge step above that, but if you look at it at an angle, or maybe you look at the corners of the display out of the corners of your eye, you will see the center of the display, or where you're looking, looks a little bit more red, and the parts out of your focus look a little bit green. And this is more noticeable as you start to view it from an angle. It also did have vertical banding on dark gray screens out of the box, but that can be fixed, or at least it was fixed for me, by just simply doing a manual pixel clean. And I've done this many times with many WOLEDs. It almost always fixes it. So do be sure to do that if you notice any vertical banding. But the brightness uniformity, thankfully, was not too bad. Now, in terms of the menu and firmware, it's super awesome. It's gonna be better than any other monitor on the market. Gives you a lot of options, no G-Sync flickering, but there is gonna be the issue of dimming. This is gonna be a big downside of using a TV versus a monitor. The monitors typically have less dimming issues, in fact, almost none when it comes to static desktop usage, whereas the TVs will, if you're just pulling up the same image for a very long period of time, slowly dim over time, and that can be annoying. So there you have it, guys. The LG C4, at least in the 42-inch size, definitely is a huge improvement over what I've seen in the past personally. And for those of you out there looking for a larger screen and you want a glossy panel without all the raised black issues that Samsung currently has with their Quantum.OLED 32-inch monitors, this could be a really good option, especially considering sometimes it's even brighter than those monitors, despite it using old WOLED technology. However, of course, those 32-inch monitors have their own strengths, such as the higher 240Hz refresh rate, less dimming issues, as well as a higher full screen brightness, making them potentially better as a day-to-day desktop monitor. But overall, I think it's a really good option. It just needs to drop in price, probably from the $1,500 it is now down to around $999, and I think it's going to be, again, a really awesome monitor for those of you out there looking for a larger size and the best coating on the market.
If you want to get the best out of your gaming PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, then there is no doubt that an OLED gaming monitor should be your next upgrade. Not only do they offer truly game-changing visuals through the deepest of blacks, rich and vibrant colors, and about as close to blur-free visuals as you can get right now, but they now come in so many different
What's up, guys? I'm Random Frank P. Today we're going to be checking out my brand new main gaming monitor that has absolute dream specs for an ultra-wide and is a massive upgrade over what I've been using for the last 4 years now. This is the PG34WC-DM, a 240Hz OLED ultra-wide with a 0.03 millisecond response time.
Ikati mupinda zvamupato fix andibona hangu standard station yangu.